I've been thinking about it a lot lately. What does social wealth mean to me? Well, I think there's a lot of guys like me that struggle with the social parts of their lives. I'm so busy building my business. I'm so busy trying to be the best leader I can be. I'm so busy trying to be a great father and a great husband that I tell myself the story, there's no time left for me to go be a good friend or for me to have friends that I spend time with. And even when I do spend time with a friend, I feel guilty about it, as if I should have spent more time on my business or spent more time with my family. And it's real. I mean, the guilt for that is real. I also understand that that is a story that I tell myself, and I'm allowing that story to have power over my life. I can make my friends a priority as well. And it is important for us to have social wealth. It's important for us to have meaningful relationships where we feel safe and we can connect with people honestly, that they can give us feedback. And I'm so grateful for the book, Five Types of Wealth, because in the book, they challenge you the question at your funeral, who's at the front row? I think that that was a great thing for me to visualize in my quiet time, in my thinking time of like, well, who would be at the front row of my funeral? I mean, obviously my wife would be there and obviously my children would be there, but who would be the other people if I wasn't here on the earth tomorrow that they would be devastated by that, that they had that connection with me and it meant so much. And as I thought about that, reinvigorated with me the energy and maybe the commitment that I need to put forth in creating those relationships. And so how do we do that? I mean, that would be the question. How do I make this a priority for myself? Well, I date my wife. Why don't I just create dates for these special people in my life so that I have organized and purposeful time to spend with them so that we can create that deep, meaningful connection with one another. And it doesn't have to be a trip across the world with these folks. Some examples of how I do it in my life is every Monday morning, I meet with some great guys for my Bible study. These are people that I'm completely vulnerable with. I know that they have the best intentions in their heart for me and my life, and we're there for one another. And we meet every Monday morning, and it's great camaraderie, deep relationships, and I know that our connection's strong there. I see my father every Sunday at church. And listen, most of the church, you're sitting there listening to the pastor give you the word, but 10 minutes on the front end, 15 minutes on the back end. My father and I have such a great connection. That's all the time we need. But we see each other every single week. I have a peer group that I meet with every Tuesday afternoon from 4 to 5. And in that peer group, we talk about our businesses, we talk about our relationships with our spouses and our children. It's an accountability meeting that we are completely vulnerable with one another, and then we support one another. We give ideas and try to push each other to be better. And it's kind of like, well, how can I level you up? And it's that type of friendship. And these folks, we have organized time that's on the schedule every single week. And so we have strong relationships. And I think that that's the point is, can you be intentional about creating dates outside of just your wife to go see your children once a month at their lunch to spend time with them? To have friends outside of just your core family that you meet with where you can provide value to one another's lives, where you can be supportive to one another. In closing, I'll just say I was challenged the other day by a good friend of mine that I meet with often who said, "Schuyler, you're missing a leg on your stool for health. You're missing the relationship leg." And I think he's right. I think to be truly healthy, you do have to be mentally healthy. Yes, you have to be spiritually healthy. Yes, you have to be physically healthy. But there is a relationship health that you have to have as well if you want to be a steady leader. And so I do think it's something to make a priority. I would challenge you to go look at how you can implement it into your life. And I know that if you do this, you will be more of a steady leader. If you want more of this content, go into the show notes and sign up for my newsletter. We send it out once a week on how to become a more steady leader.